I'm sorry, the previous stream, the camera was just not working, so we had to come back with a new stream. But yeah, in that in that space, City have scored and also Celtic have scored. So it's 2-1. Oscar Bob for City and Celtic have also scored 2-1. So City Pep Guardiola will not like City's defense. Celtic breaking City's defense again, especially through the right. City's left hand side is looking very weak. Josh Wilson has sprained and should have been 3-1 Celtic. Should have been 3-1 Celtic if you ask me. I don't know why the camera suddenly stopped working over there. Just don't know. City looking a bit more vulnerable defensively. I mean, it would have been good if Susoho would have come on earlier, but I mean, if Susoho would have started the match, that's what I mean. But no, that's not what is happening. Oscar Bob there, Oscar Bob with the goal. Rico Lewis and Oscar Bob have been electric in that wing, to be honest, on the right hand side. Luka MBT. That is excellent work there. That is excellent work from O'Reilly there. And the Celtic defender does very good work as well, to be honest. Ah, again, tenacious from O'Reilly over there. But Celtic are actually playing around very well. Brendan Rodgers' teams are not easy to face. Brendan Rodgers, Leicester, all those years ago with the Company goal, if you remember. Brendan Rodgers' teams are generally not easy to face, be it friendly or a mainstream match. So City players are second to the ball always, and Pep Guardiola will not be happy with that. Rico Lewis again isolated one on one. Let's see his defensive prowess here. That's a good save from Stefan Ortega, I think. No, it's gone out. But again, Rico Lewis cannot be a fullback if you ask me. If you run at him with pace, he hasn't got the physique, be honest, to be a fullback. I know he's come through the academy as a right back, but he is not a fullback. He is a perfect box to box midfielder, if you ask me. He's got the intelligence to do that thing, tenacity to win the ball back. I think he is perfectly suited for that box to box role. That is excellent work there by James McAtee. Jack Grealish just cannot get to the ball. Oscar Bob, Rico Lewis taking the ball now. Rico Lewis to Oscar Bob. That is the pass that has been made the most number of times in this match. Oscar Bob again doing well there. I think apart from McAtee, Bob, and Rico Lewis, none of them have actually looked on it. Not even Erling Haaland. Why didn't Haaland shoot over there? That is good defending from Celtic. I thought Haaland will be more fresh since he's not even had the Euros, but no. That is Celtic's second goal. The striker running through with pace. Pep will not be happy with the way the goals City have conceded the goals. It's not Celtic, breaking open City's defense. It's counter attacks. Pep will be very unhappy with the way City have been so much open. Three passes and the Celtic players are through. You look at it. Ortega just couldn't do anything. Not his fault, to be honest. City will not be happy at all. 3-1 Celtic. One pass and through. I think we'll see a lot of changes. Half time. Can we get one back with the break? City's youngsters taking one touch more. They're looking to dribble, inexperience showing. Celtic team showing lots of experience. The pressure from Celtic has just been too much in terms of pressing and everything, and City are just not able to get on with it. And it's half time and Pep Guardiola will be fuming. I know that this is just a friendly, but Pep Guardiola will be absolutely fuming at the way conceded the goals. It's allowed to lose. We are allowed to make mistakes, but just can't be allowed to open yourself up not once, not twice, three times. One pass, I mean two passes, and the strikers through. One defense to midfield to the striker, and that's it. Two, three pass goals. That's what Celtic have scored. This will make Pep Guardiola very, very unhappy if you ask me. Three pass goals, two pass goals. I mean I'll not even blame the centre backs here. I'll blame the midfield there. What is Calvin Phillips doing? If you ask me, in terms of providing that midfield cover. And when was the last time you saw that a ball over the top has opened Pep Guardiola's team up? That generally doesn't happen. Why it doesn't happen? Because there's always pressure on the ball. Not much pressure on the ball today. The pressing has been incoherent. Oscar Bob, McAtee are pressing from the front, but the pressing is not followed up by people like Calvin Phillips and O'Reilly and stuff. Football Creeks is here. Hey, Football Creeks, how are you doing? A lot of mistakes, too many mistakes. Football Creeks. Who do you think are being the standout players in this first half? I know. I mean, if I have to talk about the players who have made mistakes a lot, a lot. So that's where I wanted to ask you. who have been the standout players. Football Critics says Grealish is number 10. Grealish is number 10 is, I mean, Grealish is number 10 is interesting, but that is not where, I mean, I don't know. Pep has always been reluctant to try Grealish in that area, right? Last season, Julian Alvarez is a perfect example. When you don't have any midfielders, Pep has preferred Julian Alvarez over Jack Grealish in the midfield, which tells you that Pep does not want to play Grealish in the midfield. He wants to play Grealish out wide. So Grealish as a 10 would be superb. Grealish for me as a box-to-box player would be good, very good. Grealish as a uh, Grealish as a 10, like you said, 8, be very, very good. Football pitches that left winger O'Reilly, Haaland playing as a deep line forward. O'Reilly, I think the behind Haaland's been shit. I think Haaland's been absolute shit. He had one absolutely great chance and he hits it straight. It's Michael, and he had another nearly chance which striker of Erling Haaland should finish. So he's had both those chances. He didn't take it. And Oscar Bob, James McAtee, and O'Reilly have been really good. I mean, I would love to see Micah Hamilton there. I would absolutely love to see Micah Hamilton, Susoho come as a CDM, and Micah Hamilton come in that right wing or left. I think he's a left winger, so Micah Hamilton come in that left wing position. So it will be kind of interesting what changes Pep makes. Maxima Perrone is another player who I would keep an eye on. But I think football tricks, if you observe the mistakes today and if you observe from where the goals have come from, they've all come from the left hand side. Now I do not know if we can just blame Josh Wilson as brand alone for this. I don't think we can just blame Josh Wilson as brand alone for this, to be honest. Because the midfield has been very loose. What were the players doing when, I mean, when was the last time you saw an opposite team having so much time and space to pick out the passes? See, if you give your opposition time and space to pick out these passes, then you cannot play a high line. If you want to play a high line, you have to be on it. The pressing. Apart from McAtee and Oscar Bob, I've not seen anyone press well. Football Critics says we need Kimmich as soon as possible, but Football Critics, I was having this discussion with a friend actually, and what he was telling is Kimmich, Rodri, and for example a KDB or a Foden in that midfield. Don't you think that Rodri and Kimmich both don't you think both do not have that sort of a recovery pace? Both kind of make that midfield a bit legged. Both Kimmich and Rodri, they're excellent in distribution and all of those things, but both Kimmich and Rodri, maybe I think you just lack a bit of the dynamism in the midfield. I think, I don't know, but yeah, I would love Kimmich to come. He can play right back, center back, box to box, CDM. If you buy Kimmich and it's just 29, I'm saying just 29 because that's when CDM, CMs are in their prime. They can go on for 2, 3 more years easily. So I think if you're buying Kimmich, you're buying a player for 2, 3 positions, to be honest. At 2, 3 positions at once. And also he's a free kick taker, he's a penalty taker. You're actually improving. And just imagine Kimmich bringing passes to Savio, Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland. By the way, Savio, it seems, is faster than Doku. I mean, I saw a comparison on the highest speeds clocked, and Savio has clocked more speed than Doku last season. So that front line is going to be electric. And Savio has more pace than Kyle Walker. In a way, in that, no, he doesn't. I'm sorry. He is the next after Kyle Walker, to be honest. So that front line is going to be electric next season. Football pitches, Haaland needs competition, then he will perform. I think Haaland needs to pull up his finishing. Football pitch, his finishing has been shit last season. Otherwise, he would have scored 40 goals again last season. It's been shit. scored important goals. I respect that, but it's actually been shit. They're showing the Oscar Bob chance. It was a good hit, but lucky deflection. But Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis have been the standout for me, if you ask me, along with James McAtee. I mean, the right wing has been superb for us. The left wing has been a shit show for us. That just sums up the match. Football Critics is I'm keeping an eye on Perone, CDM or CM. Perone is an interesting one, Football Critics. Glad that you mentioned it because Maxima Perone, I mean, he's said to be the next Frankie de Jong, to be honest, Maxima Perone. He's that good. He's absolutely that good, Maxima Perone. Erling Haaland, they're showing his shit show there with the chances missed. The best striker in the world misses that sort of a chance. I do not have any words to speak. Again, he's missed two or three chances, Erling Haaland. Again, he scuffed his finish there for the second chance. I don't know what's happened to Erling Haaland's finishing, to be honest. But excuse me. But Maximo Perone is said to be the next Frankie De Jong. I mean, in terms of his attributes, whether he grows into that role is different. But he's press resistant. He's a perfect box-to-box player. Good longer range shots, can control the tempo of the games. Perone and Susovo in that midfield will are two players which we can keep an eye on. Jacob Wright as well. I don't know if he's in the traveling squad or not, but yeah. Football Tricks says Kimmich is a right back option as well. He's a right back option, central midfield, box to box, CDM, centre back. He can play cam as well if needed. Joshua Kimmich is a five in one player, to be honest. At least a 4-in-1 player. He can play four positions bundled into one player. And just imagine the passing range of KDB and Kimmich in one team. It will just be too much. Just be too much. Football fixtures for me. This is why City is pushing for Gimenez more than Kimmich. Gimenez football fix. A lot of reports have come that City have decided to pass on with Bruno Gimenez. City have decided, at least now the reports are telling that City have decided not to go ahead with Bruno Gimenez. That's what I'm confused. Joan Neves is almost gone to PSG, which means Manuel Ugarte will go to Manchester United. We are not going in for Bruno Gimenez. Calvin Phillips will most likely go. I don't know about that, but he'll most likely go. So I don't know. I mean, are we going for Zubimendi? Honestly, because that is the only CDM which I see available. Because if Rodri breaks down last season, Rodri didn't play how many games? 3, 4 games, and we lost all. Rodri didn't play against Arsenal, lost it. Rodri didn't play against Wolves, lost it. We had our worst patch when Rodri didn't play. And yet we are thinking twice before signing a Rodri replacement. I don't know about this. I mean, we need to sign a Rodri replacement, and also we need to sign a right back. Kyle Walker's 33, I think. What if he's injured? Ready Manuel Akanji just to play there. I mean, all other positions we covered. KDB staying. That's what Pep said. KDB is staying. So which is good news. I think in the forward line we are done. I think Savio, Doku, Foden, Oscar Bob, Erling Haaland, Alvarez. They're having at least six players there. Even if I remove Foden from the wide end forward players, we have five players there for honestly three positions. You can add Bernardo Silva. There are six for three positions, which means two players for each position across the front three, which is there. I'm not even putting Grealish in there. And then right back only Kyle Walker, no one. CDM only Rodri, no one. Two positions which are extremely critical. I mean, I do not again want to go into a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid or a Champions League quarter-final against Real Madrid just to say Kyle Walker is out injured against Vinicius Junior. I'll play Rico Lewis or I'll play Manuel Akanji or something over there and we get knocked out. I just do not want that excuse again. It's happened far too often. 2 seasons, I know we won the Champions League 2 seasons back. The season before, why we lost to Madrid was because of Walker not being available and bloody Fernandinho had to to play come to play for that. So last season we almost lost the title because Rodri was out. So I actually think it's interesting what we do. And we're bloody selling Jan Kuto to Dortmund for 20 million. They paid 20 million today Dortmund for Jan Kuto. It cost 30 million. Football fixes. If we have another proper posture, Haaland will perform. Plus, Haaland gets injured in the middle of the season. But we have Julian Alvarez, right? Football fix. Now, we could argue he's not a proper posture, but he's a proper goal scorer. Julian Alvarez, his finishing, his movement, everything's very good. And when he plays in that striker role, his pressing, everything is very good with Julian Alvarez. So, I think the competition is there for Erling Haaland. Football fixes also we need a big name signing. Kimmich is coming, I think maybe one more option. Zubimendi or Frankie de Jong. Yeah, interesting. Both are interesting football freaks. Manuel Ugarte was also an interesting option if you ask me. Because he has a lot of energy and is absolutely a beast, is absolutely very good. I mean Frankie de Jong will be a dream if we get Frankie de Jong. I think that will be one hell of a midfield. Rodri, Frankie de Jong, and Frankie de Jong, and Kevin De Bruyne, or Rodri, Frankie de Jong, and Foden will just be very, very good. And Frankie de Jong, like Gundogan, can actually hold the midfield as well. Zubimendi is an interesting one for me. Zubimendi, I think he'll cost 60 70 million. I think when you're spending 60 70 million for Zubimendi, I think you might as well have gone and spent that 100 million for Bruno Guimaraes, who's Premier League proven, if you ask me. Football tricks is Cancelo is staying or not? He's going. He's going. Football tricks. An Italian club is close. I think it's Inter Milan or I don't know. One of the Milan clubs is bidding what close to 15 20 million pounds for Cancelo. So the sales we have made this summer is Liam Delap 20 million pounds. Taylor Harvard Bell is 20 million pounds. Jan Kuto Dortmund have bid 20 and City are telling 30. I think they'll meet at 25. Cancelo will go for 10 or 15 million pounds. So we have already made almost 60. We are already making almost 60 to 70 million pounds in sales this summer already. So I mean I think Tommy Doyle is actually signed for Tommy Doyle is signed for Wolves on a permanent deal if I'm not wrong. I think it's 10 million or something. So it's so we have already made quite a bit of money in sales this season, 70 80 million pounds. What do you do with Bernardo Silva? That is what I want to ask you. What do you do with Bernardo Silva? Football tricks is Frimpong is going to come. I think football tricks. I think if Frimpong comes, I think then Frimpong and Grimaldo, mostly Frimpong cannot play in a back four. Frimpong is a back three player, so which means he plays on the right wing back. So if you're gonna bring a Frimpong in, which means Guardiola will be left wing back, then you play Diaz, Stones, and Akanji as your three centre backs, which means what do you do with your Savio, Bernardo Silva, Doku, Haaland, Alvarez? I just don't think Frimpong comes. There have been rumors that if Walker leaves, Frimpong will come, but I don't think Frimpong is. Uh, we need solidity, otherwise this will happen. Otherwise, it will happen what has happened just now. Let us see the changes, what the players are coming out, and let us see the changes that have been made by Pep at halftime. So I personally do not like Frimpong, to be honest. Football fixes this time they have Mbappe as well, exactly. Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Arda Guller is not to be underestimated. They're thinking of adding Alfonso Davis as well. Real Madrid. It will be interesting. Football fixes there was a link of Vitinha, but Vitinha again. I do not think Vitinha can play as a DM. Vitinha is a good box to box player, but I just do not think he can play as a DM, to be honest. Pep Guardiola not happy there at all. Football Tricks says Frankie de Jong actually completes a midfield. Bringing Frankie de Jong will be almost a return of second Gundogan, to be honest. Is that good? Frankie de Jong can manage the tempo, can do everything. Frankie de Jong, if Frankie de Jong will come, I think the entire Premier League should be scared if Frankie de Jong comes. De Jong gives you the dynamism to the midfield. De Jong will be a dream signing if you ask me. Football tricks is this is all for one big signing like Words or Rodri replacement. Words is not coming this season for sure because Xabi Alonso news is he'll go to Madrid next season and take Words with him. I think it's a Rodri replacement. That's the thing. But again, there is the curious case of Foden has been superb in the midfield last season for City. Pep moved Foden into the center of midfield, and that is when City have actually started to dominate. Foden has scored 19 goals last season, zero penalties, 9 goals, I think, from outside the box. Whatever, he's broken records. Football writers player of the season, player of the season. So I think my guess also could be Foden, Rodri, and KDB. Susoho is coming in. Susoho, this guy is also said to be the successor to Rodri. To be honest, is not there yet, but he could be. I mean, does Pep look at Kevin De Bruyne right now as a deep lying playmaker? Does he want him to dictate play from the deep and give Foden that chance in the attacking midfield? Because you see, Pep is going for that formation of Doku, Haaland, and Sabio as the front three. Sterling, Sane, and Aguero kind of a thing is actually doing that this season, which means where will Foden play? Where will Bernardo play? Maybe I think Bernardo and Kevin will play that central midfield spot box to box. But again, then this doesn't solve the problem of who will be Rodri's cover. Maybe does it trust Kovacic? I don't know. Exactly, we have Nunez and Kovacic. Football princess. We have Nunez and Kovacic as well. Will be interesting what kind of tactics Pep uses, especially with Savio and Doku coming. Football tricks. Do you think Pep will we will see those days like Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané with both David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne playing in the pockets and Fernandinho holding? Could we see that with Rodri and both Foden and Kevin De Bruyne or Foden and Bernardo Silva playing in the pockets? Could we see that? Or Foden and McAtee playing in the pockets, for example? Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob does extremely well. City have to score and what a goal! What a goal that is! What a goal that is! I think it's James McAtee with the goal. Or is it O'Reilly? It's Maxima Perone. Maxima Perone with the goal. What a goal! What a goal! Maxima Perone with the goal. Just look at Oscar Bob there. Oscar Bob and Maxima Perone strikes it beautifully. What a goal by Maxima Perone there. And what a goal and what an excellent piece of work by Oscar Bob. Look at the magic of Oscar Bob in gliding through those tight spaces. And Maxima Perone strikes it absolutely truly. This is a fantastic goal there from Maximo Perone. What a goal. Football Creek says we missed out on Onana or Douglas Lewis. Ideally, he was Fernandinho replacement. Douglas Lewis is I mean, Football Creeks. The interesting thing here is you need a cover for Rodri, but that player will not play many games as well because Rodri is mostly injury free and fit. Hope is that this season, but hope he remains injury free this season. Rodri will not miss many games. So Douglas Lewis is right now one of the prime DMs in the world. He's in the top three, top four DMs in the world right now. Douglas Lewis. So will Douglas Lewis sit for Rodri? No. Will Andre Onana sit for not Andre Onana? Will Amado Onana sit for Rodri? No. That that is the difficulty. I think this is the difficulty football breaks. You need a player who is just coming through but is very good at that level and can step in whenever needed. Romeo Lavia, that's why was much more perfectly suited for that. And I'm hoping Suso is suited for that. Matthews Nunes is actually a player. I think we are forgetting Matthews Nunes here. But I think Matthews Nunes is actually a uh, player who can do that. He can play central midfield, he can play box to box, he can play cam, he can play on the right wing. Like Pep showed right wing for Matthews Nunes. But Matthews Nunes is dynamic, is fast as well. Matthews Nunes can run through midfields, his dribbling is very good. So Matthews Nunes for me is an interesting thing. And it just seems we have judged Matthews Nunes too early to be honest. Because Pep's first season, players could just seem lost. Rodri was lost in Pep's first season, but after that, look at what he's become, best DM in the world. So Matthews Nunes, I think we're just underestimating him a bit. Football Critics is Pep is more into more of flair players roles. Exactly. Football Critics. Football Critics is if this guy performs against Milan and Barca, Perone is the answer for Rodri backup. True, I've always highly rated Perone to be honest. I believe that he could be the answer to our. Why did they pass so much over there? Micah Hamilton, give it to Micah Hamilton. Micah Hamilton in there. Micah Hamilton being doubled down there. Micah Hamilton is another exciting player. It's a throw in for City. Football tricks is then we can bring Kante from Al Ittihad, give them medicine. I think part of the struggles football tricks today has been, not having someone like an Edison to pick those passes. But no, I mean, Edison is top three goalkeepers in the world. I know you're just joking, but it seems that Barcelona is trying for Kante because West Ham tried for Kante, and news is that Barcelona is trying for Kante because Barcelona is also looking at Busquets' replacement. They have not found it last season. They've realized Gundogan cannot be a full time DM, Frankie de Jong cannot be a full time DM. So that's actually, I think they will bring Kante there for a cut price this thing for this season. Celtic is dribbling there again. Josh Wilson has brand. Ortega as well. Arush is here. This is good morning, man. Good morning, Arush. Good morning. How you doing, mate? Did you enjoy the Euros? It just seems like a long time that the last season has ended. And honestly, the entire transfer window has been just dead. It's been nothing at all. I expected more activity around Bruno Guimaraes and or Joshua Kimmich and stuff. That's what I was actually discussing with football critics, but the entire transfer window was dead. This is an excellent pinch there. Oscar Bob carrying the ball. Erling Haaland making the run. Well cut out by the Celtic player, but the idea was good from Oscar Bob. Micah Hamilton. Again, cut out from Micah Hamilton. Arus says, yeah, it's been a long time. And the transfer window has also been dead, Arus. It's been nothing. The only good thing is we got Savio, but we knew from last season itself that we got him, to be honest. But yeah, football tricks, like we were discussing, there are no DMs at all around. Apart from Zubimendi, there's no one available. Again, this brings me back to the question of how much can Pep, for example, trust a Matthews Nunez or uh, Matt Matteo Kovacic in a big game, for example, against Arsenal. Rodri is not there. Can you trust a Kovacic, or because Kovacic almost got a red back then in that game against Arsenal when Rodri was not there, suspended. And again, the question mark is you do bring in a backup for Rodri, and how fast will you adapt to the Pep system? Lot of question marks here in this transfer window, to be honest. I mean, a few people on social media believe that Manchester United can also challenge for the league and win it. This tells you how much of a dead transfer window this is. Like United signing Larry Yono and the thing that they're ready to compete for the bloody league title. And Arsenal fans think that signing California completes theirs. The passing from Celtic is absolutely superb. Micah Hamilton there receives the ball superbly. That's a foul in City's favour. I think Hamilton can be groomed to be a perfect Jeremy Doku backup. He's just so good. His close control. He knows even at this young age of 18, 19, he actually knows when to when to pass and when to dribble and when to just rotate the position. See, the players are already giving him the ball. Rico Lewis almost inverting there as a second CM alongside Susoho. Jacob Wright, is he on the field? I don't know, but Jacob Wright is another interesting one, football tricks. I think Pep gave him some minutes in the FA Cup as well, if I'm not wrong. Football tricks is, I think Rabio is available, Sergi Roberto as well. I mean, Rabio and his attitude just will not suit our dressing room. Sergi Roberto is an interesting one again. So should have given it to Hamilton, but Jack Grealish was there trying to dribble and shoot. The angle was just not there for Jack Grealish. Should have passed it to Hamilton, who would have rolled it across goal. And Micah Hamilton is taking corners as well. So much responsibility on him already. This just shows how much highly they rate him, to be honest. Micah Hamilton, Erling Haaland as well. Micah Hamilton. Ah, so near yet so far for City. Micah Hamilton again. What a goal by Erling Haaland! What a goal by Erling Haaland! That is the goal of the best striker in the world. That is how the best striker in the world scores goals. What a strike by Erling Haaland. Just look at his leap. That is a Gazumpus leap. That is the leap of a dolphin. That is the leap of that is the leap of one of the Great strikers we're seeing. Who's the one with the cross again? Oscar Bob, great cross to the back post and just look at the leap. He's leapt there like a gazelle. Wow. Just look at the leap and the poise there. He's gone into that hunt with the poise of an eagle. He sprayed down on that ball like a falcon. What a goal from Erling Haaland. Fantastic goal. This is the Erling Haaland we want to see. Just imagine Savio and Doku giving Haaland crosses like that. And people ask, where do you want Savio and Doku to play? I tell them Savio left wing, Doku right wing. Because of the presence of Erling Haaland, they can give crosses, and the crosses of Savio are, oh my god. It's 3-3, City from nowhere, 3-3. The second, we are looking much better in the second half. Susoho, Maximo Parone, they are looking ready. Micah Hamilton has just got so much energy there into this team. Ah! What a strike from Erling Haaland that is. Erling Haaland is looking in the mood. He's absolutely looking in the mood. I think it's 1-2 with Maximo Perone. I think it's 1-2 with Maximo Perone, but he's absolutely looking in the mood. City are looking in the mood. I don't know what Pep Guardiola said there during halftime. Look at the fight there and City's players. It's a free kick to Celtic, but City are just going for it right now. Look at that. Maximo Perone, 1-2 and Erling Haaland. Wonderful strike there, Erling Haaland. Hits the bar. Another day that would have nuzzled there into the corner. Oscar Bob. The ball's gone out. I think it's Maximo Perone with that misplaced pass, to be honest. But he's played well till he's come on. Maximo Perone. Rico Lewis with the throw in. Stefan Ortega. But what a goal, guys, that was from Erling Haaland. Slept like a monster over there. Oscar Bob. Wonderful from Oscar Bob. Just at the pass. Could not reach its final destination. But Micah Hamilton. That is a shit pass from Jack Grealish. What was Jack Grealish thinking there? Shit pass from Jack Grealish. Grealish has been shit today. Absolute shit. Just broke down an attack. Celtic on the attack now. Down the wing. The game is getting stretched end to end. That is an excellent block there from Susoho, I think. The attack fizzles out. There's another change coming. Yeah, Jacob Wright. Jacob Wright is coming on, and I think it's Josh Wilson as brand who's going off. Jacob Wright and Katongor coming on, and I think O'Reilly and Wilson as brand are going off. Be honest. Football fixes we have never beaten Celtic. This game is more like the Battle of Britain. Yes, we have not faced them in the in the Champions League as well, or have we? No, we have not faced them ever in the Champions League as well. So yeah, you're right. We have never beaten Celtic, but also I think we have never faced Celtic in a way before this. I think, but Jacob Wright is another guy you can have an eye on football freaks. Maxima Perron and Jacob Wright. Jacob Wright also can play that box to box midfield role and also that CDM role. He's been doing very well in the academy. This half has been largely better. Jack Grealish has been the worst player in this half, if you ask me. It looks as if Erling Haaland has come back to form as well. That fantastic strike. Football Greeks, we have faced them in UCL, still never beaten them. Oh, okay. Okay. Makes sense then, because I don't remember us facing them in the UCL. Maybe we would have in our particular season's group stage. Stefan Ortega, not a particularly good ball if you ask me. It's gone out anyway. Football fixes really takes time to get back in the game, but football fix honestly, where is the space for Jack Grealish? Where is the space for Jack Grealish in the team? Tell me a position which he can play because you have in the wings you have Doku, you have Savio, you have Bernardo Silva, you have Oscar Bob. There are already four players in the wings, and probably I think if sometimes Foden also plays on the left and cuts inside. So where is the space for Jack Grealish in the team? Especially with the way Jeremy Doku is playing. That is again an interesting thing. Football tricks is I love that Celtic winger. He gave me those Mahrez or those vibes. Football tricks wait for Savio. He'll give you Sunny vibes as well, along with Mahrez vibes and his crossing. The way he crosses, he'll give you Mahrez vibes, and the way he runs with pace, he'll give you Leroy Sané vibes. Savio will is superb. They say Savio is the next Vinicius Junior. Is that good? For me, his potential is more than Vinicius Junior. Is that good? Football tricks is Grealish is more likely a number 10 or number 8. That is true. Those are the two positions where he can actually play, to be honest. Erling Haaland is going off. Ederson is coming on. Is Erling Haaland going off? I think yes, because Ben Knight is coming on. Yes, Ben Knight is a striker and is very highly regarded in the academy. Football tricks is Grealish could be a Gerard or Gundo. Given he plays deep, also he likes to play deep. That is true. That's the only position I can actually see realistically having a chance this season. Ben Knight is also very highly rated. Will be interesting to see on that front what he does. And Micah Hamilton is there on the left hand side. So Jacob Wright, Perone, Micah Hamilton, all are there on the pitch right now. Ben Knight, Celtic has broken through there. Celtic has broken through there. And it's 4-3. Celtic have scored. Again, one long pass over the top and we're opened up. Celtic have scored 4-3. It was a 3v0. No defender and three attackers running through. The goalkeeper never had any chance, to be honest. Look at that. We have been awful defensively, to be honest. Defensively, it's not at all been a good performance. I don't know why football freaks, but I think Jacob Wright could be that player. Not this season, but down the line. That Gerard kind of a player. Just get that sense from him. If Celtic score a fifth, then it's game over, I think. It's a corner for Celtic. There's still a lot of time left in the game. Edison collects it. Can City claw a goal back and go on to win? That is the question. Because their attack is actually very good right now. Like Hamilton needs to get the ball. Rico Lewis has opted for the longer range switch. It's a free kick given in favor of Celtic. I thought it could be a penalty, but the linesman. I honestly think the Celtic defender made the most of it and he was pulling the shirt of Ben Knight as well. Can City find that one goal back? That will be interesting to see. That is an excellent ball there, but Ben Knight maybe didn't have the pace on that occasion. Susoho, Maxima Perone, recycles it well. Can they find Micah Hamilton? The referee has given a foul in favor of Celtic. Celtic are just having players around the ball very quickly and we're just not able to get the ball up faster. I think you need to get the ball into Micah Hamilton. He has the pace. We cannot lose this match, guys. We should look to at least get a draw out of it. Given away to Celtic. Edison as well. Susoho does extremely well there. Susoho does superbly there. That is wonderful there by Susoho. In fact, by Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob has been the man of the match for City today. Very well taken goal, although it was a deflection. Great assist for both Maximo Perrone and Erling Haaland. Goal and two assists. Great way to start the preseason for Oscar Bob. That is wonderful. There again, Oscar Bob in the pockets. Ah, good shot there from Ben Knight. Corner. It's always rising, but a good shot, I must say. For a young player, he's held his line. But look at Oscar Bob gliding through the pockets there. Wow. This guy, Oscar Bob, through the midfield, his potential is more than Cole Palmer. The way he can operate in tight spaces, Oscar Bob, he has a much, much higher potential than Cole Palmer, to be honest. Still 12 minutes to go. Won't expect much of an added time since it's a friendly, so 12 minutes to go. I don't know for whom the cross was meant, and that was a favored cross. That is an excellent ball there. Has to give it to Mike Hamilton. I should have passed it to Mike Hamilton there. It's a corner for City. City are knocking on the door. Let's see if we can open the door or not. Micah Hamilton with the corner. I think it's Perone who, Ben Knight who gets it back. City are recycling the ball. Rico Lewis. He's held on to the ball too much. Rico Lewis has to go back to Edison. Edison, the third centre back here. Rico Lewis trying to play a 1-2. To Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob in the pockets. That is a wonderful tackle there. I think it's Susoho with the tackle. What a tackle there. I think it's Jacob Wright who's lost the ball, and Susoho with a wonderful recovery tackle there. So they are recycling the ball at the back. So 10 more minutes to go. Pep discussing a lot with Yuan Malilo. That is again wonderful defending there by Susoho, to be honest. He comes out with the ball. Susoho has been excellent, very good. It's a free kick in favor of City. The recovery from Susoho has been very, very good. I think it's 2 or 3 occasions in which he's recovered extremely well. Can we score that goal? That is the question. That is wonderful from Celtic. Again, Susoho with, is it Susoho? But I think it's Piccolo is there. That is wonderful. It's a free kick for City. City's last ditch defending has been very, very good. City's last ditch defending has been superb, if you ask me. Look at that tackle there. Was it by Keaton? But what a tackle that is. Yes, Katongo. Sorry, not Keaton, Katongo. What a tackle that is on Katongo. Susoho back previously, now Katongo. Superb tackle from both of them. Ederson also making a mistake. 6 more minutes to go almost. Can we do it? So does extremely well under pressure. He is, don't know what's happened there, but yeah. So Soho is having a perfect audition there for the Rodri role, if you ask me. Celtic again. The counter attack. City have enough numbers in the middle, to be honest. Uh, should have been 5-3 and game over, but Celtic striker heads it wide. Defensively, we have been all over the place. Callum Doyle is in there. He's said to be the next John Stones. Callum Doyle, left-footed John Stones. Is that good? Can we find that equalizer? That is the question. I think it's Micah Hamilton on the left wing. Micah Hamilton, can he dribble? He's done extremely well. It's just that the cross was just over it a tad bit. Susoho again will recycle it. One last attempt. I think maybe if Haaland was there or even a Julian Alvarez, and Alvarez is not there. He's played in Copa America, but it's a free kick for City. City trying their best to get it forward. It's gonna take a piece of magic from someone like an Oscar Bob or a Micah Hamilton with his dribbling magic to get it through. Ah, offside. Micah Hamilton's offside over there. It's actually Josh Wilson as brand, I think, who's offside. 1.5 minute plus, I think, minute of added time, maybe. Could be City's last chance. It's a throw in. Look at Oscar Bob's control there out of a tight space. That is what has impressed Pep Guardiola. That is wonderful from Oscar Bob. There was nowhere to go. He was double down, and yet Oscar Bob found a way through. I think the time is almost up. One last chance for City. It's a foul. A free kick in City's favor. I hope he just adds on at least 3 minutes. And let us see. Trying to thread a pass through over there, but Celtic are just keeping possession. Oh, there's been a pitch invader over there, so I think they'll stop play as of now. But I would say that considering just Erling Haaland and Ortega or Ederson, apart from the goalkeeper, you just have one outfield player who's full play in your first 11 mostly. So Oscar Bob is there, but he's still not in your first 11, right? And he'll be around the squad, and then maybe a James McAtee. But apart from Erling Haaland, there's no other outfield player who's part of your first 11, and still you've given 4-3 to Celtic, which is actually commendable. One last attacking chance, if you ask me. Micah Hamilton there with the ball. Edison. I don't know how many minutes of added time they'll give, to be honest. And it's full time. Celtic win 4-3. But I would say Oscar Bob, standout performance. One goal and two assists. Pep Guardiola having words with Brendan Rodgers. First half was not that good, but Pep will be mighty happy with the second half. And it's a preseason game, and Maximo Parone looked good. So it looked as if he could take the ball under pressure and turn. Oscar Bob just ran the game. Even at such a young age, Oscar Bob is just his potential is higher than Cole Palmer. Oscar Bob looked very good. Micah Hamilton looked good in glimpses. So looked very good again. Josh Wilson as brand again looked good in glimpses. So Erling Haaland with the goal with a monstrous finish. So overall, I would say that one outfield player, Erling Haaland, who will start for City's first uh, outfield. City's first 11 in terms of outfield players, and yet City almost snatched a draw, or even I think if Haaland finished his chances, City could have won against Celtic. So I think very good attempt by the academy players. I think we need to treat this preseason a bit differently than the last preseasons, because in all of the last preseasons you had the main squad available and they were getting back to fitness. But here there is no main squad available except from for one, 2 or 3 players. Grealish, Haaland, Calvin Phillips, and that's it. So I think it's important we should not be too harsh on these academy players. And I think Oscar Bob is the one we can actually have a great eye on. I think he'll be around the first 11 this season. He could actually start a couple of games. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for joining me in this first preseason match. See you again in the next preseason match against AC Milan.